Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Stratego. This one is going to be a ranked game on my second account. It's going to be against YoungMonarch13, who is a Silver Scout. So, decent rating. So in this game, I'll be like analyzing it, see like if it made any errors, and if he made any errors, then just like analyze why this guy's not higher rated than he is. So yeah, as you can see, about 300 games played and about a 500 ratio. So probably some sort of Marshall Blitzer, if I had to guess. Maybe on the right, because that's where he moved his first piece. But yeah, let's get into this game. So I move the captain out to cover the scout, because you never want to give anyone a free piece for like any reason. That sergeant's being defended pretty well on the right, so I'm not worried about that. So let's see if this guy's like afraid to attack, or or if he actually like attacks. See, right now it looks like he's blitzing down the right side, because obviously he hasn't moved any pieces on the left yet. So we're gonna take that lieutenant with the captain, I would think, for some info, of course. So yeah, right now, yeah, so it looks like some sort of blitzer. Of course, this guy hasn't attacked yet, so I'm not entirely sure if his playstyle is like that aggressive or not. Doesn't look to be that aggressive, and that could be the general, because martial blitzers often have their general general bomb colonel spy in the front row. So it looks like probably not a martial blitzer. I mean, actually, still totally could be a martial blitzer because they sometimes have scouts in the front. I probably should have just straight up scouted that piece instead of going up one on it, but that's whatever. Cause then the opponent can just go to the right and it'll be really annoying. So it looks like so that tells me that the piece in the front row is probably not that good. And if it's like a lieutenant or a captain, then the piece behind it might be a colonel or general. So that piece by how he's moving against the front row piece looks like that's probably going to be a captain. So it looks like the piece behind those two in the front row on the center. That piece is probably something good. Like I'd say probably at least a major, probably a colonel or general or even marshal. Here I probably should have scouted with that scout in the center. I probably should have scouted all the way up with that, but it's whatever. So he takes the sergeant with lieutenant. So now we know that this guy likes to go +1 on pieces that he knows, which is pretty good info. So you're gonna take the lieutenant with the captain. That's you always want to do that because lieutenants are they're not like extremely important, but the problem is if you're down for like if you have no lieutenants left, then it's pretty hard for you to win because your opponent has a good idea of what you're bringing down, which is basically their only purpose. Like they're not like extremely useful, but if you don't have them, then it's bad. So we obviously shouldn't move that captain over to the right. I mean, so yeah, the captain on the right side, we probably shouldn't move that over until we have another piece covering our general and spy. I don't know why that was not a good move. You always want to cover your high pieces. I should probably scout that thing. Yeah, that also covers my general, so that's not such a bad thing. So we'll see if this guy can bluff or not. Since he moved that down, that makes me think it could be a bluff, but it also could just be he doesn't know two square. Yeah, this captain, it served its purpose. It got a lieutenant and a scout, so I'm totally fine with it dying now. So yeah, we're gonna win two square. I'm not sure what this guy's trying to do. He's just endlessly two squaring us, even though we're gonna win. So yeah, now we're just gonna do three square because this guy. Okay, so I think that piece is not anything good. I probably should have hit it. I don't know why I didn't yet because he's moving next to that scout, moving next to just like a lot of things. Granted, that scout was front row. So that was for front row piece. The reason he moved down is because captains are typically the highest piece that comes from the front row. So that's probably why he moved down. He's confident that he could take whatever that piece was, unless of course it was a captain. So yeah, I'm using that lieutenant because what are the chances that someone has two captains in the front row right next to each other? Like it's pretty low. He exchanges in the center, so I should move my scout over um to block him from scouting my colonel. Also potentially scout that piece. I don't know. Okay, yeah, about to say. So yeah, you want to scout that piece two in front of our scout because it's probably a good piece, like general, marshal, or colonel good, like that level of piece. So it's like a pretty good piece because it was defending a lieutenant. Also, it also might just be a major. So I should scout that. I'm not sure why I'm not scouting it yet. So yeah, that makes me think that that piece is definitely backed. I think it could be a sergeant or lieutenant. It might even be a scout, but it's definitely backed by something. Who knows what? Okay, so he's chasing my captain again. Not entirely sure what the point of that is. We're just gonna keep playing the two square game. Very exciting, I know. This guy was smart. He would just trap the captain with something. That piece, I don't think that's anything much because it came from the side. So yeah, that was a bluff. It was just a scout. That means this looks like I could have scouted my general on that move because because I forgot to cover it. I I don't think that piece is anything good because it did come from behind the captain, but yeah, I was about to say because it probably would have been defending his that piece in front of my lieutenant in the front. Yeah, also people don't commonly put like colonels or stuff on the side. Like in higher level play they do because it's like unexpected. But yeah, here they don't. So it didn't hit my lieutenant before. It's not gonna hit this time. In fact, I should probably hit that piece. Yeah, so it's a minor. So that was a very bad play on my opponent's end because you never want to lose your minors unless you're trying to like defuse a bomb that's known or trying to bluff with them. That was just a bad bluff because he didn't hit my lieutenant before. Okay, so that is lieutenant. So I want to scout something over there if I can. Is he gonna let me or is he gonna bring that piece over? Probably gonna move it over. Okay, so I should scout one of those two pieces. I don't know why I'm not scouting them though. But yeah, you never want to bluff with a minor, especially not like that guy because that minor it could have taken my lieutenant before if it were a good piece. But since the guy didn't take it, it was pretty obvious that it wasn't a very good piece. So yeah, I just hit it. So yeah, that piece could be something good. Could be like a major or something. So yeah, I probably should have played two square with that piece. I'm not sure why I didn't. Um, since wait, am I up lieutenant? No, I'm not. So at this point in the game, it's pretty even. No, I am. Yeah, I am a lieutenant. So I probably should have hit that with lieutenant. I should be scouting that piece on the left. I don't know why I'm not, because I have a scout right there. It's very easy to do. Yeah, if he was left again, I should totally scout that. But I might not be scouting it because if this guy leaves it uncovered a lot, then scouting it is no point. And there, I forget this two square rule. It's yeah, it can be hard to forget. I mean, it can be easy to forget sometimes, but it's typically pretty easy to remember. See, I'm just gonna move those sergeants over because to like pressure that piece, and I'm convinced that that sergeant in front of my colonel is a good piece. I think yeah, I'm gonna continue pressuring him in doing that bluff. So that's interesting. So he moved one of those pieces out that was defending it. That's very interesting. I think moving left there just ruined the bluff. Because with bluffs, you always want to be like sure that like you want to be you want to like act confident in how much time you're taking each move. You want to act confident that you can take a piece, or the bluff will fail. Bronze players they often don't call bluffs because a lot of bronze players just like come up with their marshal or general. So then but yeah, and that's why it's like really good if you do bluff against bronze players. Like if you're having like trouble getting out of bronze or something, then you could just like bluff with a scout or something, act like as your marshal or general, and then you could totally like throw your opponent in a loop because they wouldn't know. I should move that scout up next to the sergeant. Yeah, so that's another bluff telling my opponent that sergeant is a good piece, and I'm telling them the colonel is not as good because like I needed the defense of that scout. So at this point, they might think the scout is like the general or the marshal, and that sergeant is like a captain or a major because it was chasing some of his pieces. So that piece pinning everything. I don't think that's a good piece because this guy can bluff. So yeah, I don't think that's anything good. I probably should hit it, but it might be lieutenant. And I don't want to give up two sergeants for a lieutenant and then having him get my colonel info. So yeah, I really don't want that to happen. So that's probably why I'm not hitting it. But on the other hand, if it is lieutenant, then I'll be down three sergeants, but I will be, but this guy will be out of lieutenants. So I don't know. But yeah, it's probably nothing good. Is he thinking about something? Okay, so that's another thing you never want to do. So since the opponent move that piece in the back, that tells me that the flag is not there. The flag is not to the left of it or to the right of it, assuming it's bombed in, that is. And it just, you never want to have like an open channel or anything there. Oh yeah, yeah. I think this was a pretty funny part with that piece on the right. It's so I still don't know what that piece is, and I don't want to hit it because I might like lose multiple pieces. Yeah, that's kind of funny that like that piece is completely trapped. Like if it's probably nothing good because if it was something that the opponent would not let it just get trapped like that. So it's probably like a scout or a sergeant. But I think my worry here is that it's like a major or a colonel. Because then if I like, hit it with my lieutenant and it's a major, then I lose lieutenant. And if I hit it with my major and it's a colonel, then I lose a major, obviously. So yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting board formation there. But yeah, looking back, I probably should have hit that with my lieutenant because this guy wouldn't let a colonel or general or marshal be trapped like that. Again, moving another backup piece, you never want to do that. Backup pieces on the side are not as bad because they don't rule out a lot of bombed in flag spots, like only one or two. But yeah, you never want to move like backup pieces like in the center, or like under the legs, behind the legs, because those are the most common flag spots, like um behind the legs, but like closer to the center. So yeah, you never want to move backup pieces there because it just makes your setup way too board readable. Because then your opponent knows where your marshal's from, and that marshal is most often near the flag. So yeah, it's just never a good thing. So like if we moved, so you see those two vertical miners next to the marshal. If you moved like let's say I moved both of those, then it would be very obvious where my flag was because my opponent would probably find my marshal somehow, or my general, or both even. Then they would see that they're both guarding some pieces, and then they would be like, "Oh, that's probably the flag." But then the opponent doesn't think it's a flag sometimes because they'll like scout one of the bombs, and then hit the other one because it's like a double horizontal. So then they might get really confused. And people often think my flag's in the corner because of that double vertical on the left. So yeah. Eva, I love that bomb on like the corner of the triangle because it gets people so confused because they're only used to like three bombs in a triangle. Then they'll often try to lotto it, thinking that it's just a free piece. Because like if they scout the bomb in the front of a triangle, if they scout that, then they'll often lotto the bomb next to it. So yeah, but that bomb does make it bad because that bomb and those two scouts make it so I might have to like reveal my marshal for a minor, and you never want to do that. So yeah, this guy doesn't really like to reveal pieces in the center. That piece, it could be good, and I can easily scout it, which is why I'm just moving the major back, because I have three scouts there. It's pretty easy to scout it. It might be something good. I don't think it is. So yeah, I'm moving my scout in there because my opponent might think it's something like really good and hit it with a marshal. Now that is a it's not a great bluff because like especially against platinum players, that's a very nice pickup. I think that major might have been known. That's a minus. That's like the worst possible find with the scout. But yeah, lower level players, they might believe that bluff because people often move their high pieces in the middle of like a lot of low pieces or a lot of unknown pieces because they're really risky. But yeah, in platinum play, they would just call that bluff straight, and then they would just yeah they would just completely call that bluff. So yeah, we know that's a minor, and that would be nice because it's the second minor. So if I can capture that, then I got two free minors. That's very good because then because if all this guy's minors gone, then I have a much higher chance of like being able to tie the game if I can't win it. I should move in there with the sergeant. Yeah, I do because I can get a free minor. I'm starting to think the piece in front of the sergeant is a bomb because it would have probably hit me if it were like anything but a bomb or of course a scout. So to get the minor, it's very nice. Sacrificing a sergeant for a minor is totally fine because minors are very important, especially when your flag's bombed in. So you always want to capture them if you possibly can. Now this sergeant, I'm pretty sure it's completely dead, but so that piece can move. So that makes me think it's a good piece, and that's the marshal. So that piece, it's probably like a captain or something. Like I don't know. I don't think it's much good. But yeah, we do find the marshal, so that's very nice. So now I should be counterattacking with my general on the right, but I'm not. And that's probably because I only know two moving pieces in there. They're probably both not very good. Since that's a sergeant, that's interesting. But yeah, I'm going to take it with a major instead of the captain. Reason being because the major's known and the captain's not. And of course, if you can take a piece that you know with a piece that your opponent already knows, it's great because it's like it's a free piece. And your opponent doesn't get any info for it. So yeah, that piece I still don't know. Yeah, that was just bad move by my part. That piece came from the back row. I should have known it was nothing good, and that's also a scout. So yeah, that was very unfortunate. I just lost a lot of info, and it was only for two scouts, but yeah, that was just not good. Yeah, that was a pretty good play on my opponent's part, and also just a very bad play on my part. But I mean, oh well, what can you do, I guess. So it looks like the marshal's coming down the center because my general's known, and that means the spy's typically within like at least two squares to the general. If it's not, of course, then like the marshal major spy trap. So yeah, my opponent can be a lot more risky with the marshal. I'm obviously not gonna just let him take my major for free. That tells him that the colonel is probably not the spy. That front row colonel. I mean, it could be. I just might not want to lose my major. So that came from the square behind the marshal. So that could, I guess, be a colonel or a major, and it probably is to be honest. But I highly doubt it's the general. So I'm trying to bluff that scout below that major I just moved. I'm trying to bluff that as my spy because like well, why not? Because this guy does not call like every single bluff. Or actually, I don't think he's called any bluffs so far. So we know that's the marshal. That captain in front of my marshal has not moved. So yeah, the marshal's just kind of holding the center for him. That's fine. So that piece is a front row piece. So if it goes next to my major, I'll probably hit it. And I think my opponent knows that. Actually, no, it wasn't a front row piece, but yeah, who knows? That actually could be the gen. I think it actually probably is. Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty sure that's the gen. I would imagine. Actually, it might not be because it was guarding a lot of pieces, so didn't want to take it with the gen, which was pretty interesting. So I'm debating what to do, so I'm just gonna go to the right. I'm gonna move in on me, which is interesting. Just gonna keep going. So that piece, it could be the gen. I really don't know at this point what it is. So that piece, so this guy can bluff, so that could be complete garbage. Okay, so it looks like it's minor. Very bad minor move at my opponent's part, in my opinion, because that, even if that was a bomb, that wouldn't get my opponent anything. I know it would get them the martial info, but that's besides the point. But yeah, if that was a bomb, that wouldn't really get them anything. So yeah, basically, my opponent just wasted a minor on just like nothing. And you never want to do that. So that piece that's coming down, I don't really know how to feel about that piece. Since my opponent's marshal was in the center, I have a feeling that the right's just a giant minefield. Would I be really surprised if it is, to be honest. I should probably get my general like more central because the right is obviously nothing to offer. But I mean, I didn't do that, so yeah. That piece, I don't really know how to feel about that. So yeah, now I'm thinking that could be a minor. So I should hit it because you never want them to take a bomb and then reveal your marshal. So that's a kernel, so that's very bad for my setup because my gen's over there. So this guy should know that that my marshal's probably not, and that he can take my major for free. So it's a good thing he's retreating with that kernel. He's got that. So yeah, it's a bomb. So this guy's probably bombed off that entire side. Wouldn't be shocked if there's like a quad vertical there. So we know Colonel and Marshall in the center. His Marshall is 2 in front of my Marshall, and then the Colonel is like 4 in front of my bomb. So once I find the General, then this game will be very easy to win. Because this guy knows my General, but I don't think he knows I don't think he has a clue about where my Marshall is. Probably thinks it's that Colonel on the left or something. Yeah, and I'm intentionally leaving it open to scouting. And again, that's another minor. Yeah, so my opponent, I think only has like one minor left, or maybe not. I can't read that. I think my opponent has one minor left, so yeah, that's very good because then once they've done that, it'll be very difficult for them to win. They'll have to capture all my moving pieces then. That I believe that's the Colonel. I could be wrong though. I actually don't remember. And I know that I remembered in the recording, but not in this. That's another bomb. So yeah, at this point, I have no idea where the flag is. So yeah, this is coming down with a lot of stuff right now, which is pretty worrying for me at this point. And I can't really counterattack at all because if a general was on the left, then that would be very good. Like where that colonel is, then I can just counterattack so much and get so much stuff. Because we know that marshal in the center. So I bring that up. Um, I'm not entirely sure. Oh wait, that was I don't even remember. I guess that was a colonel. So yeah, I bring the marshal up to bluff. I completely forgot while I was doing the voiceover where the marshal was. My goodness. So yeah, bringing that marshal up was good because it didn't threaten this colonel before, so he probably didn't think it was anything good. So yeah, now we're up a colonel. So yeah, this guy revealed his marshal for a sergeant after I took a minor with it, but I revealed my marshal for a colonel. That's of course much better than a sergeant. And yeah, you never want to reveal your marshal for something like a scout or a sergeant. See, now I think I'm coming to the realization that the right is a total minefield and that I should go marshal up and then get my general just over on the left. So now my marshal and general are known. I mean, they are known. My opponent's marshal and general are not. No, the marshal's known, but the general's not. So that's why my opponent actually is up in info, but I am up a colonel, so it doesn't really matter. And we do know the marshal, which is of course important. See, I'll probably end up exchanging generals and then exchanging colonels, just going down the line. I should really bring a minor up the right, so then I can take some stuff with my colonel, because there's probably something there for me, and I haven't used a single minor yet, so that wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing. It's, he could have a bombed in flag on the side on the right. It could be. It's totally possible. That might be the spy. It's probably like the marshal or something, some known piece, and it's gonna be like embarrassing for me. Whatever. I can't believe I completely lost the marshal though. Yeah, again, I do know where it is in this video. I mean, in the recording, like while I was playing, I do know where it is. Okay, I assume that's the marshal coming down there. Yeah, again, I can't remember. Maybe the marshal's in the center. That would probably make more sense. So I'm checking this piece to see if it's a bomb or not. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, I imagine I would. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to scout that piece. Most likely, yeah, because if that's the gen, then that's very good info. Yes, it is. So that's, yeah. So now I have full info on this guy. He's full info on me. Except for us, I think each of us colonel. So yeah. So yeah, that's the marshal apparently. My memory in the game, I guess, is better than my memory in the voiceover. So I should be bringing my general down over on the left to trade, but I can't because of obviously the marshal in the center. I should move my marshal over to get his marshal out of the center and then bring my general over. Okay, so another thing, so if you notice that my spy, it hasn't moved this entire game. Now it is relatively obvious because yeah, I do make it too obvious because I move my general like next to it, like as you can see right now. But yeah, I haven't moved all game, which is important because if it has moved, then your opponent could like easily trap it or something. That's just never good to get your spy or taken, because then your opponent because then your opponent can just like just run wild with their marshal. That would just not be something desirable. See if he wants to trade. No, he doesn't. That's pretty typical because he's obviously down a colonel. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit of like shuffling around to get my general up there to the left. Okay, so looks like he just made it easier for me. So now I can just get my marshal, and my general down the left much easier. And then I can force an exchange. I don't know why. What am I doing? I should be bringing my general over. I don't know why I'm not. So here I'm just forcing his marshal back because he knows that he can't trade or he's gonna be fighting a losing battle. Okay, that was not a good move with the spy. I mean, maybe it was to control the center more, which would be fine. Yeah, that spy's pretty obvious now. I'm pretty sure that's the gen. So at this point, I'll be totally fine trading off Marshall in general, like trading out the Marshall and then losing a sergeant for it. I'll be fine with that because I am, of course, up a colonel. So that's the Marshall. We know that. I think that piece is probably either the spy or nothing good. Then you bring the miner up because I'm like, I mean, the flag could be on the side, right? It's possible. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what my opponent is trying to do, but if it's a miner, then that could be trouble. So I'm gonna bring my miner out. Keep in mind, I have not used any miners yet, so that's okay. So I'm very concerned about a Colonel Auto at this point, so probably move it away because I don't think the opponent can even get the Colonel. Not sure about that though. So this is kind of a predicament here because the Marshal, when we know the Marshal, we know the General. That Colonel's kind of not in a good spot. I should go. Actually, yeah, Miner's a good move because I'm pretty sure that could be the spy, and I would like to get that out of the way because that would really help. At this point, the opponent should be going in with the Marshal and then just like taking all my stuff. But for some reason, it's not because the spy is very obvious. So yeah, yeah, this is not good in my game. Yeah, so that was the spy. I thought I figured as much. So yeah, this was not very good. I mean, like not very well played on my part. I should move the Colonel right now. I should move the Colonel to the right because then if the Gen goes right, I probably should not have moved it down. So yeah, it's gonna trade, but I can't trade because then you need to just go Gen right and get my Colonel. But I can't go Colonel right now. So yeah, this kind of a predicament. So yeah, I do that to make Jay's Gen move. Okay, to take the sergeant, that's fine. So now I think I can just go Colonel right and be fine. Actually, no, that's not true. No, that is true. Yeah, so I should go Colonel right here. I'm thinking about the move for a long time. That was not the best move in that scenario. Not entirely sure why I did that. What am I doing? I just gave him a free piece. Okay, wow. I just gave that guy a free major. So that was a very bad move on my part. I don't know what I was thinking, moving this pie away like that. I should be exchanging marshals. Why am I not? Okay, yeah, there we go. So I did not play that scenario well because I gave him a free major, but thankfully he didn't notice, so I was fine. So now what I can just do is pin the gen and then just get my kernels. Just go down because I am up a kernel again. So yeah. So yep, there I go. So now I can you can use my spy as a scout because it's useless now that the marshals have been traded. I don't know why I moved right there. Yeah, so that's another bomb. So yeah, now I'm thinking the flag could be bombed in there. Okay, well I'll trade that off. I'm totally fine with that. Okay, that was very strange. So why would he surrender there? I don't know because the opponent chose to move the general between my general and my colonel, just asking for an exchange, which is very strange. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.